Hi, I'm Brenda from the Avant Garden Shop. Welcome to another episode of the Garden Gate. Today I want to talk a little bit about goldfinches. They're such a pretty little bird. They have a beautiful song and they come to a lot of feeders in people's backyards. Goldfinches are that bright yellow. The male is that bright yellow during the summer. A lot of people think that they leave during the winter, and some of them do go south, but there are lots that actually stick around. But their color changes. They turn to kind of an olive color, so they're not that bright yellow. The female is also a bit of a more olive color, so also not that bright color. One distinguishing factor that they do keep the whole time are some bands on their wings that keep the color, so that's a great way to recognize them in the winter months. Goldfinches nest very late in the season, so when the bull thistles, the big purple thistles, are almost finished blooming, that's around the time when the goldfinches will be nesting, because they feed those seeds to the young. They also feed from, like I was saying, from the feeders, and they really love the Niger seed. It used to be called thistle seed, but it never was really thistle. It's a Niger seed. It's the little tiny black seed. They also love sunflower seeds, and especially hulled sunflower seeds. So this mix, that's a fairly new mix for us, it actually has a combination of the Niger seed and the hulled sunflower seeds, and it still fits in your finch feeder. Finches, like I mentioned, are really fun to watch because they have such a pretty song and they're such beautiful birds, but they'll also feed together. So they'll come in big flocks, and you could have 20 of them at your feeder. They have a really tiny beak that's made for getting into those thistles and other seeds. They have an interesting beak, and they also can fit in these tiny little holes to feed from the Niger seed if you have Niger seed in your feeder. One thing I really like about this feeder is birds, because the finches, they tend to feed from the top all the time, and if you only top it up with seed, you're always giving them the fresh seed and they never finish the bottom seed. This one has a bottom that comes off really easily, so you can fill it from the bottom, you can clean it really easily, which is really important that you clean your feeders regularly, and then they can feed from it very well, and you cycle through your seeds. Great feeders, really pretty birds. If you ever need any more information, feel free to pop by. I'm happy to chat with you about beautiful goldfinches. We'll see you next time on the Garden Gate. Thanks for joining me.
The Garden Gate is brought to you by the Avant Garden Shop, your destination for garden accessories and backyard birding supplies. Sherbrooke Street, downtown Peterborough.